Yeah, that was a pretty emotional win tonight coming off of last night, and proud of the way our guys came back from 3-1 goal deficits to get the overtime win. Huge going into the break here. Proud of both these guys as well as the rest of the team, but you know, some guys are banged up, bruised up, played through it. Louis coming back from an injury, playing the last game here is a big deal too, and Dylan obviously being a key part of the win tonight here too. So in saying that, break comes at a good time, even though that we're playing good hockey here, and we're looking forward to the second half of the season.
Dylan, it looked like you were shaken up a little bit yesterday. How are you feeling today?
Feeling fine. Obviously, you got hit there that one time, or tripped, whatever you call it. But you know, it's kind of just a mindset going into this game. It's the last game before Christmas. Just kind of gotta battle through it.
What happened on the overtime play? Did you think you had a chance at catching him on that play, or what was going through your head when you saw the flip down the ice?
I guess there's always a chance, right? I have a lot of confidence in my skating, and you know, I thought if I could beat him and get inside position, you know, there's 6 guys on the ice. I have a lot of time. And I saw Malt there, and I kind of just threw it to him, and he caught it and posted it in. So, you know, good on Malt.
Yeah, what was the feeling when you saw him bury that?
Oh, sick. He does the little celly. Yeah, no, it was cool. I think that's my first OT win being on the ice with Ralph, so it was a great experience.
Good to know.
Yeah, Louis, what was winning a game like this where you guys had to come back 3 times like?
Yeah, it's huge. I know we talk about it. We used to talk about the Denver series, remember last year, but I think we can now talk about this series. It's good to have something more recent. Guys battled so hard. A lot of guys battling through stuff, injuries and whatnot. So like Coach said, breaks had a great time, even though we're playing good hockey. But I'm so darn proud of this group. Like our young guys are really stepping up, and I think that's been a huge thing, and that'll help us big time on down the stretch here.
What was it like for you to get back in the lineup?
Oh, it's huge. I know Coach and Pooley know I want to play, but it's just managing, you know, being smart about it. And yeah, I mean, for them to allow me to play tonight was awesome. I'm happy with it.
You mentioned seeing the young guys grow. A lot of this happened when you're out of lineup. What was it like watching these guys step up with some guys out?
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, you know, it's tough being a young guy and maybe you don't get as much ice time or whatnot. And I know that's happened a lot in the past, but this year with injuries, I think, you know, it could be a blessing in disguise. We'll see in the second half, but for guys to step into roles with more minutes this early in the season allows them to build and grow earlier on rather than maybe next year or whatever. So now guys have more confidence overall, I think, and we'll see how it goes in the second half.
What's happening right now for you guys? I mean, you guys are going to break in second place now.
Yeah, I mean, it's sticking together as a group. We had a hard conversation a little bit ago, and we just said, hey, guys, we're not happy with how we're playing, and it was an honest conversation that we needed to have as a group, and everybody chimed in about what was on their heart and mind, and I think that was huge for our group because I think it brought us closer. You know, when you trust a guy a little more, and like I said, it worked out well tonight.
Dylan, also in overtime, thoughts on some of the saves TJ made in overtime?
Yeah, unbelievable. I believe it was 2 breakaway chances, and you know, he's a rocking net, and we can rely on him to make those saves. So good on TJ. Super proud of him.
How do you feel heading to break on this type of a note?
Feels good. I mean, obviously getting the sweep in the last weekend, you know, it's a positive going into the break. You know, kind of go home, reset, get your mind off hockey a little bit, and come back a little stronger.
Dylan, what's it mean to your group to have that guy back in the locker room and on the ice?
Yeah, obviously we missed him. You know, he's still there around practice and, you know, encouraging the boys, but, you know, it's different being in the room and, you know, supporting us and being a leader.
Louis, how did you feel like, I think you missed, 3-4 games? I mean, how was your conditioning?
Yeah, it was better than I expected, to be honest with you. The biggest thing is not losing your legs, and Pooley made sure that I was definitely kept my legs in that respect, but and had a hard practice last 3 days with Jackson Simmer. They really pushed me hard to keep my lungs, and so I'm grateful for that, and I was happy with my lungs today.
Anything else for the student athletes? Perfect. Thanks, gentlemen. Questions for Coach Perry?
When Dylan said he was fine, you kind of rolled your eyes a little bit. Might he be a little more banged up than he's letting on?
Yeah, what goes on in the locker room stays in the locker room, I guess. But just to let you know, he's pretty mentally tough kid and resilient, and I want to thank God he was in the lineup tonight. He made a difference. And you know, that's a mentality a lot of our guys do. Not only him, but there was a few other guys in the lineup that were, kind of iffy there, maybe playing or whatever. But Mark Poulin does a great job and his staff here, and he assured us that they could play the game without further detriment to their bodies. So it was great that they got the looks. And with Jammer, we immersed him in different lines, to try to get him in the game. We didn't want to kind of throw him on a regular line right away just to see where it was going. He responded pretty well early in the game, so I bounced him around a couple different lines and got him some minutes, and I thought he did a good job.
What did you think of Dylan's play in overtime?
Yeah, outstanding. And, anytime he's got elite skating ability, probably one of the best, if not best skaters in the NCHC at college hockey. And when you open up the ice of 4-on-4 or 3-on-3 in that situation, those guys flourish. And, it might look like, Schmaltzy's going to get all the accolades, which he should on the goal. But obviously Dylan James was the guy that went down and tracked and forechecked, got the puck, won a puck battle and got the puck to him. So that was a big deal. And it wouldn't happen unless he has that elite skating ability and then kind of that man identity of winning puck battles and puck races.
You guys did have a lot of chances, so it was pretty big for Schmaltz to finish one of those.
Yeah, we had, I was proud of the way our guys, the 3-1 goal deficits, we came back each and every time. And then after finally that third goal that we tied, I thought we had a ton of chances there. We kept our foot on the gas, and, Dylan hits the crossbar, and, Sasha had a couple looks too. And I think at the end of the day, finding a way to win in overtime is huge, getting 5 or 6 points and climbing the standings and the pairwise.
Yeah, what do you think is going on right now? You guys have put together a pretty good several weeks now, and it feels like the tide's turning a little bit in these close games that you're finding.
That's a great question. And, I've been doing this a long time, and I think you can come into seasons where your group is, tight to begin with. And I think our group was tight, but I don't know if guys kind of truly knew their roles right away. And I didn't know if guys kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say believe, but they feel it now. They feel what the sense of North Dakota hockey is, and the obligation and the level that we have to play at a high level. And, we always talk about the hard skill. Well, we have the skill. Now we got some hardness in our game. And I think that's a big deal. And like I said, it's encouraging. It's only halfway through the season, but it's encouraging that we're trending north.
Sasha's scoring some big goals for you guys right now.
Huge. He's got, man, oh man, he's a young guy. You got to remember, he's a young guy. He's 18 years old here, and playing against college players that are 22, 23, 24 years old, he gives up a lot of age and maturity. But I'll tell you what, the one thing that he has is competitive fire. When games got heated up last night, he was smiling, and he loves those type of games. And then when the game's on the line, you want guys. Jackson Blake comes to mind all the time. He reminds me of a guy when the game's on the line, he wants a puck on a tape. He wants to be on the ice, and he's got a lot of that in him. And I tell you what, those are competitors. Those are drivers. They're drivers of your team, and you can't have enough of them.
TJ in overtime, thoughts on what he did?
Man. Yeah, he was outstanding. He made some difficult saves, in tight. He made some breakaway saves. He made all kinds of saves. And, I go back, we didn't give up a 5-on-5 goal till late in the game all weekend. And he was a big reason why. And I know guys play hard in front of him, but anytime your goaltender gives you a chance to win is a huge, huge deal. He gives us a chance to win. And again, I think that's when you ask about, what's the difference right now? Well, when you have a goaltender like that, and Hope's like that as well, but when you have a goaltender that gives you a chance, you exude confidence, and that's a big deal.
How do you feel about where you guys are at heading to Christmas break?
Yeah, I feel good, as far as that side of it. This has been kind of a tumultuous first half, up and down, inconsistent, and every season is different. But the biggest thing, the positive for me, is we're going the right way. We're still got a long way to go, and the second half is coming up. We have to make sure we keep our foot on the gas and know what we've built here, and we got to continue to build and grow.
Do you think this is a little bit of a statement series coming in? A lot of people were looking at this and questioning, and you kind of backed it up. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think so. When you look at, sweeps over Duluth and Robert Morris and Miami and the very good teams, and they say, well, St. Cloud's coming in, what are you going to do? And, for me, there's no ambivalence. At the end of the day, we believe that we can do it. That's a very good team over there. We did it in our barn. We're going to be going back into their barn here in the second half. And, the good thing about the NCHC is you're going to be playing good teams every weekend. We're going to ASU after the break. And, so if you have success, number one, you climb the pairwise for the Penrose. And number two is you climb the standings for the Penrose, and then number two is you climb the pairwise for the national tournament. And I think that's a huge, huge deal. And we got to keep proving to ourselves that we are a top team in the nation.